Sylvia and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm a VA and social media manager from Portugal, and today I'm bringing you a bit of a different video. This one is a bit of a story time about how I got started on the online world and how I started my business online. This was actually something I've got a lot of requests for. I've gotten a lot of DMs lately for some reason asking me what's my story behind my business, how I got started and all of that. So if you ask me that question, I'm here to bring that to you today. And I was also inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers, Christina Marie. She recently did a story time. I'll have that linked in the description. And although I haven't been on YouTube for as long as her, I've been working online for 7 years. So brace yourselves, this will be a hell of a ride. So yeah, if this sounds interesting to you, just keep on watching. I have a couple of talking points back there just because I don't want to forget any step of my journey, but basically this all started the summer of 2013, so almost 7 years ago. I was home from school. It was the summer before my senior year of high school. Let's be honest, I was probably bored at home with nothing to do. I remember vaguely browsing the internet for ways to make money online, and I probably ran across Upwork, which was called Odesk back then. Eventually applied for a job and got it. My first job, I remember it so well, like it was yesterday. Actually, I'm going to go grab it because it was something I did on paper. Just wait a second. So here it is. It's a set of illustrations. This is pretty funny, going back and seeing what I did is so interesting. I'll actually have next week a video where I go through all of my Upwork past job history. So like a freelancer reacts to my old jobs. So if you think you'd be interested in that, just watch next week, subscribe so you get notified when that video pops up. Basically, this job, it was actually for a man's 70th birthday, which is pretty cool. It's such an honor to be able to have given him this present. It was his son that reached out to me, and he wanted to have, his father was a big traveler, which I love because I love traveling myself. So his father had traveled a lot, and he always had these pretty funny stories from when he traveled. So what his son wanted me to make was 20 small illustrations about the funny stories that his father encountered along the way. Yeah, and one funny thing about this job was I actually utilized one of my current tips for my proposal back then. It was probably, I don't remember if it was my first proposal or one of my firsts, but I always recommend people, if you're trying to submit proposals on Upwork, to include some sort of proof that you can do the job, whether that is a referral from a past client or some type of work samples or anything like that. And so on this job post, since I think he added an example of one of the things he wanted people to illustrate. So on my proposal, I illustrated that on a little post-it note. I wish I kept that. But it was so unprofessional because I submitted literally a photo of a post-it note, but I find it so interesting that I decided to do that, and of course it granted me the job, so it probably worked, right? So yeah, I just find this so cool, and I'm just trying to show you this because I'm so proud of my job. These aren't the best illustrations by any means, but I find it so interesting that this is how I got started. Because back then, I didn't know about virtual assistants, I didn't know about social media management or any of that, but I was in high school studying arts, so I thought, well, I definitely have the art skill. So yeah, I got started doing mostly translation, transcription, and illustration and design type of jobs. Eventually, I think it was around 2015, I found out about VA type of jobs and eventually applied to one and got it. I was in uni, so I was doing it part-time alongside my studies, and I even went full-time for a short period. It was definitely challenging doing full-time studying and full-time working. I ended up working during class, and then eventually when I finished uni in 2018, so 2 years ago already, I started taking it a bit more seriously. It was actually one of my current clients, Ruthie. I think I submitted a proposal to her job and she said, "Oh, I like your profile. I'm just not sure of hiring someone who's a student right now because you may not have the time." And I was like, no, I'm not a student anymore. I just forgot to update that. And so yeah, if you're watching this, Ruthie, thank you for making me change that. And so my goal in the beginning was to make what's equivalent to a minimum wage here in Portugal, which is pretty low if I'm being honest. So I just wanted to make that, but working part-time instead of full-time. But I reached that pretty quickly because, again, minimum wage here is pretty low. So I thought if I could make minimum wage, I should be grateful for that and not like aim for the stars. So my goals were never too big because I almost thought that I didn't deserve it because I was such a young person that why should I be making like thousands of dollars per month? That didn't make sense for me. But eventually I started getting a lot more people reaching out to me on Upwork, and I decided to go full-time and start working full-time and making a lot more, which at the beginning was definitely weird, but then I got used to that and I didn't want to go back. And it actually took me way longer than I should to like raise my rates. I was working at $5, $10, $15 an hour for way too long. My clients were definitely getting a bargain, but I was definitely undercharging. Yeah, definitely take it from me and raise your rates way quicker than I did. So what really helped me turn the page and switch from treating it like a job to treating it like a business was the coaching program that I was in with Amy Damone. She's not offering it anymore, but if you're watching this, Amy, thank you so much. First of all, it helped me do some market research. I ended up creating a website and writing all the copy and then creating my social media accounts, because as much as I'm a bit ashamed of saying this, I gotta put it out there. I'm such an open book and I don't want anyone to make the same mistakes as I did. It took me almost 5 years from when I started working as a VA social media manager to when I created my website and social media accounts. How could I be confident in telling someone, yeah, I'm a VA and I specialize in social media, when I didn't have any social media for my business? That's mind-blowing to me right now, but like a couple months ago, that was my reality. So yeah, on January 1st, 2020, I launched my website. I launched my Instagram, which is still my main social media platform. So shameless plug, go follow me on Instagram, link down below. So yeah, without that help, I wouldn't even be here right now because I wouldn't have started social media, which included YouTube, of course. And I can imagine how different it would have been. And that's why I'm so excited to say that I'm currently transitioning into coaching, and I'm super excited about that decision. Because as you've seen from my story, what took me 7 years to accomplish could have easily been done in 7 months. And honestly, I feel like it would be selfish not to share everything that I learned over the years. With everything that's been happening in the world, I've seen so many people starting to want to work online and learn how to do it. So I definitely want to be there for you. I want to help anyone that I can, and I'm excited for that next chapter. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it was a bit on the longer side. I'll try to cut anything that's not needed once I edit this video. And I hope you took anything from this video and that it maybe inspired you to start your own online business. So if you have an idea and you've been sitting on it for a while, definitely give it a go. Now is the perfect time to give it a go. You gotta try it to know if it works. So if you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram. I always have it linked in the description, and I'm always happy to help. So don't be afraid to reach out. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe, because like I said, next week will be a deep dive on my Upwork profile and job history. So you definitely don't want to miss it. And yeah, I'll talk to you next Friday. Bye! Oops. Let me just do this. This. Let me clean my glasses first, or else I won't be seeing anything. I'm a virtualist. If you don't know me, it will be yeah, I just jumped into that bandwagon. On January 1st, 2000. So yeah, I forgot what I said. Yeah, with everything that's been everything just ramped up. I just hit myself.